Hi, Tony from Safety Mitts here. I'm here to talk to you about the 0G tool balancing system. This is our workshop trolley version. This is designed to manage the weight of big heavy tools when you're doing repetitive tasks. Now, this has been set up for use with an Ingersoll Rand rattle gun, and typically this is something that you'd use when you're doing lots of bolts and in particular change outs on a dozer, grouser plates or ground engagement tools. So there's three components to the system. There's the trolley, there's the 0G arm, and then the tool balancing tool arm. So what we'll do is we'll just assemble it all together. So there's a locking pin we'll do is that will lock into position here on the traveller. We have a locking pin. Now that's locked into position, that won't come out. Before we put a tool on it, what we're going to do is we're just going to preload. So what we're doing is applying pressure, downward pressure on that, and then dialing up the knob, so plus for increase, minus for decrease, of course. So we do that on both the links. So just putting in a bit of load. So just we call this all preloading. Now before we actually attach the tool arm, what we do is we dock the zero gravity arm into the docking station. So just applying a bit of weight and pushing down and allowing that to lock in. So that's now locked and secure. You want to do that because there's a lot of stored energy in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fit the tool arm. So we have the tool arm, locking that into position, and just the pin. What we're going to do now is we're going to attach the tool to the tool arm. And what I have here is we've got a male and female connection, and the locking pin actually uses a T25 torque drive. So what we'll do is you just attach this. Pushing that all the way home into the position, and then using the torque drive to turn clockwise to lock that into position. So now that's fully locked. Now what we'll do is we'll just do the final adjustment of the tool. So what we'll do is we'll just let it come out of the docking station. So for maximum efficiency, what we want to do is try and adjust the arm so it's horizontal. So a bit of load on the first, and then this is just to decrease a little bit. So there we have a little more. So now I can move this heavy rattle gun with one arm. So if we're doing a lot of repetitious work, in particular, nuts on a grouser plate, ideal. All we're doing is managing the tool weight, and positioning it whilst not having to manage the fatigue of hanging onto a really heavy rattle gun while it's doing its task. So that's the assembly of the tool. So always, when you're not using it, just dock it back into the docking station. So we'll just have that there. And there we have it. So what I'll do now is we'll just take you around the trolley system and show you some of the features. Okay, just going to run you through a couple of the features on the 0G trolley. Is that we have lockable nylon wheels, and the shape of the trolley allows for a low centre of gravity. We have adjustment of the height of the tool through a winch mechanism. Because we're using leverage for balancing, we do actually have to have counterweights. So we have a counterweight there. We have a lifting eye for transportation and movement. It also has forklift tine feature, so it can be lifted with a forklift to be manoeuvred around. We also have a very small workshop bench, and it's really only just designed for odds and ends, be it bolts and nuts and washers and the odd tool, but nothing heavy. It's not a transportation tool. So there we have the Safety Mitts 0G workshop trolley system. If you'd like more information, please check out our website. And thanks very much for viewing.